Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Nerd Soup Podcast, but it's not a podcast. It's actually just a review for Invincible, but it kind of is a podcast because it's audio only. Episode 6, you look kind of dead.
Me?
Yeah, it's the title and also what I just came up with to say to you. It's been a long morning, huh?
Yeah, it has been.
Well, you were out there celebrating at Penn Station last night.
Yeah.
Celebrating that next one.
Yep. 4 seed is the new championship, pretty much.
It felt like 2016 Game 7. I was like, oh, this is what the Warriors and Cavs felt like. Got it. But yeah, Invincible Episode 6.
What a world.
Continuing this what a world in Invincible, right? Continuing this crazy, fucked up story with all these threads, and it just gets wackier by the episode. And Episode 6 was no different. It begins with Mark, Amber, and his friend William, on a college trip. And
yeah, you don't know him by Will yet.
No, I don't know him by Will. He's Will to Mark. He's William to us. That was quite the college trip. Quite the experience. Getting the full campus lifestyle there.
Yeah, I miss college. It was a good time.
And spontaneous
biological.
Yeah,
didn't have any of those,
No.
So I feel like I didn't really get the real college experience, but, win some, you lose some.
Right, and it's a gesture by Mark asking Amber to come along. It's something that kids enjoy, right? And that's what this show, it is balancing through Mark, the lifestyle of a teenager and the lifestyle of a superhero, and they just keep crashing into each other. But their relationship, it's on the rocks.
Yeah, it's been better.
Right.
I mean, the way Amber was looking at that frat dude, man, oof. Tough break for Mark.
Down bad, yeah. Down real bad.
But yeah,
that's the moment, right, where he's got a chance to go and maybe talk to her, maybe tell her who he is, but Will, I think by now I can call him Will, gives him the call and says, hey, I need some help here with these fucking murder cyborgs.
Yeah, those things are a problem. Mark keeps getting his ass kicked.
Right, that's a reoccurring thing, is that he's a superhero, but he hasn't won yet. He keeps getting bailed out. He either gets his ass kicked or he gets bailed out.
He reminds me of Green Lantern in the animated movie when he attacks Darkseid. He just swipes him off and the parademons just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Or even when he tries to fight Superman, and Superman just fucking turns him into a pretzel.
Yeah.
But they keep going back to that this guy on his own, like, he sucks. Like, he truly does suck. The power scaling of this universe. He's awful.
He's learning.
He's Andrew Wiggins.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. No, he's learning, right.
He's Giannis.
Yeah, okay.
He's Giannis the first few years before he really took off.
Okay, maybe. He's got a lot to learn.
Yeah, he got a few years, good coaching, Once he grows into his body and his skill set, he becomes the MVP.
Well, even because it begins with all of them in the hospital. His dad, when he wakes up, he says, I knew that wasn't going to take you out. Like, I knew you could handle that. Mm-hmm. And I truly wonder if he did. Like, this is just a lesson. Like, he's just teaching him lessons.
Yeah, Nolan continues to be the most fascinating character in the show because, especially in this episode, when he obviously hears that his wife and the tailor know that what happened. And I think that kind of says something about him. We've been confused about this character because sometimes he seems like a great dad and a good person, but obviously we know what he's done. And I think someone who was truly pure evil would have just killed him because he knows too much. Instead, he strongs arm him a little, like, I know, be careful because I'm Omni-Man.
Right, even when he's being antagonized by Damien Darkblood a few episodes back, and the last thing he says to him is just, go fuck yourself. It is like he is just holding a secret from everyone. He's keeping tabs on people that may be trouble, that may expose what he did, but like you said, he just doesn't go out of his way to take out this individual, Mark Hamill, Rosenbaum, the tailor for all the superheroes.
Yeah, he killed the fucking Guardians. I mean, I think
that's the thing. It feels so strategic because that's what they were trying to figure out, right? Debbie and Rosenbaum, who threw the first punch.
Right, and that was kind of cool how they pieced together that was that's from War Woman's Hammer, and that's from Red Rush because of the friction burns and things like that. So yeah,
and they have that confrontation where he comes home and she's just absolutely lit.
Killed that. Maybe that was
that's
a full glass of wine, and she kind of.
They keep saying she doesn't have powers.
I mean, if that's a superpower, call me fucking Superman. Yeah, I think that was the best part of the episode was that dynamic between Nolan, Debbie, and the tailor, and kind of them putting the pieces together, and him having to now. We talked about this last week. What's his explanation going to be? How is he going to spin this?
Yeah, I don't even think he has to spin it. I think he might just come out and tell them the truth. Maybe he'll believe that they can handle the truth. It's kind of like a mafia boss coming out to a family, be like, yeah, I'm not in construction. I'm in the mob. And this is why I had to do it. Like, I still love you. I don't think that I'm a bad person, but maybe it is one of those situations. I still think it's going to go back to his planet. Like, when we got that friendly explanation of where he comes from and what they do. Oh, we just travel around the world and help people advance. Like, obviously not.
Yeah.
They're like the Latter-day Saints of the galaxy, except they've got some other ulterior motives here.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the more interesting things and developments that a lot of fans are looking forward to learning by the end of the season is what his true motives are, why he did it, and what are his intentions. So we'll probably see that play out over the next couple episodes. So
maybe he should be training his son, focusing on that, because Mark got, like you said, he got his ass kicked by the first cyborg, who was voiced by Justin Roiland from Rick and Morty. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, and they made him a little drunk. He burped a few times. He was funny. I thought that was a funny cold opening. He's just, I'm fucking Heston, or whatever his name was. But that was just, once again, the fight sequences are so great, but the end of that fight, when the cyborg starts to put it together, what he is, and his first instinct is to kill himself. This show, the way that they use the R rating, we mentioned it last week, it can get very bloody. There's a lot of body horror in this show, and those moments just seem to come out of nowhere. Like, the guy's putting it together and then kills himself.
Yeah, especially the ending was sad too, when William's trying to appeal to Rick, and he kind of breaks through to him, and that's what saves them, because, like you said, Mark was getting his ass kicked.
It just rips out the back of, like, his control module.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay. I mean, that's sad, because we saw a piece of his brain on the table, so I wonder if he's ever going to be back to normal. They seem to have the pretty good technology, but
right, and that character, D.A. Sinclair, was voiced by Ezra Miller. I thought he was very good in this role.
Oh, the weird scientist guy?
Yeah, the scientist.
What a dick.
That's a guy who watches anime. That's a guy who knows to incorporate some interesting quirks to his character through a voiceover performance. You know, you can hear Ezra Miller in there, but it's clearly a character. And yeah, no, he was an asshole.
I always hated those people in school who, like, had to question the professor or had to speak up just to hear themselves talk.
Yeah, I mean, his point wasn't that great. Just trying to justify his, saying that humanity has limitations. Mm-hmm. And that's interesting, because at the end of the episode, well, not the end, but at the end of when they bring him in, Cecil makes a point to bring in this technology and study it, because they realized that Mark was being overwhelmed, once again, just making contingency plans for the Viltrumites, for Omni-Man, for the big guy. But yeah, he was a real dick, and what he was doing to these characters, like you said, it is very disturbing, and you feel some type of way when William is making those pleas.
That was a brutal fight. We've seen Mark's been getting more brutal too. We saw it last episode and this episode when he fucking slaps the guy's jaw off. I thought he was dead. Like, no way he survived that. But yeah, his jaw, that was a little gross too.
Yeah, no, it was gross.
And he apologizes to Cecil. It's like he just lost it for a second.
Right.
So, I mean, I think it's going to get to the point where maybe Mark actually kills somebody on accident. And I wonder what that will do to him. Because we saw a different side of him at the end of the last episode with that fight, and now this episode. So there seems to be not a growing brutality with him, but kind of losing it in the moment at times.
Yeah, I wonder.
Not really understanding his power yet.
Yeah. In this episode, when William deduces his identity and they're talking about being a superhero, I thought maybe in this episode he was going to have some more reservations. We were going to see that come out of him. Maybe take a step back. Maybe open up to Amber too, saying, "Hey, I'm in over my head. Sorry I haven't been here for you, and I'm going to take a step back because I don't even think I can handle this right now." And something else drives him back in it. But something I was frustrated by, it's a trope that goes back to comics and superhero cartoons. The girlfriend who's very brilliant, very smart, but can't put the pieces together that her boyfriend is obviously the superhero that just fucking appeared while your boyfriend disappeared. In the moment, it pissed me off because I'm like, how long are they going to drag this out? But I guess it is a trope that they're playing with. They are in high school. But, like, how the fuck does she not know at this point? Like, where did you go? It's classic.
Yeah, she probably just think Mark is just a fucking coward.
Yeah, no, that's what she said. She's like, you just fucking ran
Yeah.
away. Well, and then this guy that's your same height, same weight, same physique.
I guess it's a Superman effect, right? Like, obviously, Clark Kent is Superman. He just has glasses on.
No, the glasses thing work.
You think so?
Yeah, because Facebook proved that. Where if you put on glasses, the algorithm doesn't realize that. Would you like to be tagged in this picture? Would you like to tag so-and-so?
My iPhone knows when I wear glasses, okay?
Well, I guess that's 2009 Superman was in the clear.
Yeah.
2021 Superman's fucking screwed.
Doesn't know when I wear a mask, though. Doesn't recognize me.
Batman's still set.
Yeah.
Although he's not covering the mouth and nose. Fucking asshole.
Yeah, that's true.
Fucking getting COVID all over the Joker. Yeah, but I really hope that there's a conversation next episode like, hey, I'm invincible. Or, hey, I'm title screen. Yeah, right.
That's probably what's going to happen.
To make you. Right, yeah. Truly. And you see with Mark, he's trying to do the typical fighting the bad guys, and he keeps failing. And you have a character like Adam Eve who says, I'm going to use my powers to help out with natural disasters and help with agriculture. Things that people need help with.
Yeah.
that I can be of use.
I liked her ending at this episode. She seemed like she knows what she wants and what she's doing, and she's like comfortable with that.
Her house is very cozy.
Oh,
The
yeah.
house that she made in the tree.
I mean, I didn't see any like insect.
Repellent?
Yeah, or like, you know how you have those little screens? It seems like very, very buggy.
Yeah, I feel like she can just transform the bugs into something else, right? Just turn them into hamburgers. She can do that. She can change the molecular structure.
That's not really environmentalist, though.
Yeah, that is true. No, she probably just is one with the bugs then, like some fucking bug lady freak.
Ugh.
Yeah, now I don't like that home. Now I want you back in the big city. Yeah, their parents, clearly upset. And like I said, the dad he's got some relic ideals when it comes to parenting, but it almost makes sense that people would go backwards when it comes to parenting when you introduce the world to superheroes. That type of responsibility and how violent and crazy this world can be at times, that you don't want your kid embracing that. But she continues to be an interesting secondary character.
Yeah, definitely. And I think another interesting secondary character is Robot. How's Black Samson alive?
It looks like that might be a power or a technology, because something happened with his suit, right?
Yeah.
Where something like those shock waves, energy waves.
But I'm pretty sure his head got bashed in.
Right. No, that's what one of my friends was saying. There's no way he's alive, right, after that fight. Just from that one hit.
I thought he was dead.
Yeah. No, he's alive.
Yeah.
And that's something that this show, if you take those hits, maybe that is part of his power, where he can take those hits because he's got that juice coming. He's got that recovery.
I don't know.
Shit.
But
yeah, no, Robot was all. That's another stupid thing that I didn't like, when the scientists are like, get him out of here. What do you mean? He's a fucking robot.
Cocky doctors.
Yeah, fucking doctors, man. Pulling the gats out on him. But yeah, he gets all those different items, those magical items to help her recover. Strange physiology, man. I do appreciate. I like that in superhero movies, like when they tried to put the needle in Thor, Thor 1, and just broke.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck did we even do for this? But yeah, that continues to be a very fascinating little subplot here.
Yeah. His relationship with Monster Girl, it's intriguing. I think I kind of, like, the way I looked at it in previous episodes, and I think this episode too, is that, like, he relates the most to her because she's kind of, she really doesn't have a place in society because she can't live a normal life. Not only does she turn into like a 10-foot tall monster, but she ages backwards. So
Right.
Mentally she's like 24, but physically she's 13.
Mm-hmm.
And imagine, I think she even talked about it, like, I can't even have like a regular relationship and
Catch a case.
yeah. So I think, and in Robot's eyes, like, he's not human either, and
Right.
like, so they're both kind of outcasts. They can't be like the superhero. They can't have like the same superhero life as like Rex. He's just a superhero loving life because that's just who he is, and he's able to be both.
Right. Yeah, they don't really have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
The way that they're built, they just have to be heroes 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
And you still wonder what he's trying to do with the Mauler twins. They're creating a clone for him, and they get some insurance here where they have those 2 kids dig up that. I think his name is Immortal.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting. Didn't we see that in episode 2 or 3? It was the cold opening when another Walton Goggins, no, Clancy Brown voice character resurrects some sort of spirit. There's so many fucking subplots that like they introduce, and I think they're going to come back to them, but they set them aside.
Well, you got the alien that came.
Alien invasion.
Yeah.
Wiped out the entire population of Mars. That image is like burned in my head of all them forming together, going to kill the Martian. So yeah, there are a lot of, like Teddy said. Teddy was freaking out about this the other day. He's like, there are 12 storylines. I can't follow it. You're freaking out, Teddy, man.
We assume there's gonna be multiple seasons, so there's time to kind of go back to those.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
It's
season 1 story is more. I think it ends with the family confrontation with what Omni-Man did. But no, I'm just excited because they are setting up so many things.
Too many things, maybe. But you gotta.
No, I think they've done a good job of it. I like because usually it kind of has like a new adventure of the week feel to it.
Yeah, it
but
does.
the adventure's going to come back eventually,
Right.
which I like.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as well put together as like a Game of Thrones where all the plots are interconnected and shit like that. Maybe they are, and it doesn't have to be. But I like how the world exists outside of our main characters, where there are things happening not on screen that are going to come on screen eventually and cause major issues for these characters.
Yeah, it's interesting to see like when they what they choose to revisit first and how they intertwine it into the story that's happening and kind of how seeing all that play out. Because I forgot about that too when he summons like the spirit and like that Indiana Jones type scene.
Just a cold opening, and they haven't touched on it since.
Yeah, so. Shit's lurking.
Shit's lurking all over, man.
Yeah, one of the kids we've seen before, that's the kid of the security guard at the White House. John Hamm's character.
John Hamm's son, yeah.
I'm surprised he's not in it more. Like, John Hamm, that's a big get.
Yeah, the cast, the celebrities, just, it's pretty stacked.
Yeah, they pop in, do their thing, and we don't really see them besides the main cast.
Like I think Mahershala Ali as Titan was such a great casting, and once again, it's
another story.
A story that's it's wrapped up, but you imagine that he has more to do, and that he's definitely a character that they'll bring back in the fold. The whole season kind of just feels like an introduction to all the different corners of the universe and how things are going to go moving forward. That's what's also very interesting is that apparently the comic is long as fuck. So I guess we may be in for Invincible reviews for the next 10 years.
Yeah, I wonder what their approach is to adapting the comics. We've seen, obviously, with the Marvel movies and DC movies, is they take bits and pieces, but they ultimately make their own story with those pieces. I'm not sure if this is like sticking 100% to them, or are they implementing just different things from different variations and different parts of the comics and kind of putting them all together in this season and taking what they want, and that's what we're seeing. I guess someone who read the comics would know better than I did.
Yeah, I think that I've heard from some people who have read the comics that things have been changed.
Okay.
And I think it's more of the comic coming out almost 20 years ago, so I guess you have to maybe adjust some things based on where the world is.
Yeah.
But once again, I mean, I say it all the time, you can read a comic and you can almost visualize in your head the best way to adapt this in live action. You know, cut that, keep that, change that around. And it seems like they've done a pretty good job because people seem to be enjoying it. It'd be interesting. Comment below if you've read the Invincible comic. You know, what do you think so far of this adaptation? Would you say it's, faithful enough or good enough? It's always interesting to get those takes. But I've liked it.
Yeah,
I've really liked it so far. It just continues to get better. It's always good when I'm not ranking the episodes because I've just enjoyed all of them pretty much the same. There's no episode that really sticks out. There are more moments, like the ending of episode 1, I guess by default. It's almost like we got the Ned Stark head execution in episode 1.
Yeah.
And it's like we're just building backwards from that.
Yeah, there's been a lot of great moments and a lot of great fights, but I still think the strongest part so far, and I think in this episode, are the characters, and they don't lose sight of that.
Without a doubt. I would definitely agree with that. And looking forward to episode 7. I know some people got some early access to it, and apparently it's being called the best episode of the season. No early access for us because Nerd Soup rhymes with bird poop. We'll see you next week, guys.
Fuck. Did that just come out of that just came to you?
Well, would you look at that? It's finally over. Hey guys, Beau Oliver here for one final send-off. Now, before I beg you guys to like and share this video, I'd like to thank our very special Patreon pledgers. We are very proud of the community we've been able to build here at NerdSoup, and it would not have been possible without our Patreon supporters. You guys are the true MVPs of this channel. Everything I've said, you keep the fridge full, you keep the lights on. There aren't enough words to thank you guys, but we'll do it anyway. Thank you. And we have a few videos coming up that have been suggested to us by Patreon pledgers. My Hero Academia, Neon Genesis Evangelion, and Full Metal Alchemist will be reviewed by Marissa, and yours truly, and Castlevania, which will be reviewed by Marissa and Aaron. And if you'd like to consider donating to our Patreon page, you can visit patreon.com/nerdsoup and check out some of the rewards we offer to our listeners. And really, we'd like to thank everyone who takes the time out of their day to watch our videos. Patreon pledger or not, your support is what keeps us motivated to keep giving the world our opinions on movies and TV shows and video games and pop culture, even though no one asked for it. We're still here, we're still yapping, and we hope you continue to join us. I'm Beau Oliver, and I support this message.